Well, just a quick look at this paint. I've never come across it before, and one of my YouTube subscribers, and who I'm subscribed to, Calvert Film, Laurie, mentioned this a while back about looking at colour washes from this particular make, because apparently they're very good. So walked into a shop, Games Workshop in, I think it's Kendal, when I was up in Kendal, and I was really surprised because they're very helpful. The guy I was speaking to is really helpful in explaining how they work and basically the colour ranges, etc. So I thought I'd give them a go, and I was interested in rust and rusting items, so he recommended these three, which are like an oxide chemical reaction that comes out of rust, a base rust, and like a dry riser rust. And I don't know anything about these paints, how they work, but apparently I think you use that as a base, and then put this on a very dry, you brush it onto a paper, this paint, and then put it on very dry on the brush it over the top of this colour, I think, and then apply small amounts of this. So obviously I'm not into the Games Workshop models, but they look really cool. Wouldn't mind building one day just to try out, but it's model railways that I'm interested in this paint for. So also I've got two colour washes, like an earth shade and another, I think it's a slightly darker shade. So I'm going to give these a go on certain models, on the layout, etc., in certain areas. But what they would be good for is painting figures. If you do get your figures unpainted, I mean, the colour range is amazing. Got really bright, variant colours, lots of different shades in the range, and I think that most of them they're dry matte, which are ideal for painting figures for model railways, etc. So yeah, and of course these paints are made in the UK, which is good. I normally use Tamiya, so I'm going to give these a go. You can see the size of the difference in the Tamiya paint can pot looks a lot bigger, but it isn't. It's actually less paint in there than there is in this Citadel paint. So that's interesting. Also I use Revell Rust and Humbrol Rust as well, but like I say, I'm going to give these a go, see what I like, but they look really good. Quite expensive for what, you know, but like I say, they are a specialist paint, made for certain types of special models like the Games Workshop produce. So item, I couldn't resist this when I went in there. I thought there's a fine detail precision stainless steel cutter. Now I've not got one like this, and for cutting sprues off kits and stuff, it's a great bit of kit. Look at how that's packed and made. Absolutely fantastic. Stainless steel, and apparently the shear off the when you cut, there's a slight offset on the blade, so when you cut something off, it's not going to go flying off apparently. So you can just cut it, and you get a nice clean cut, and you can get into some detailed areas with those little points there. But they're just really well made. Quite pricey then. I think they're about £20 a set, but as I say, I couldn't resist them. Ideal. Nice box. Yeah, and another thing I bought was a hand drill. So obviously sometimes when I'm doing DCC fit outs, I need to drill a hole in certain areas, and it can be really awkward with a big drill, and the small drill I've got, it hasn't got this big swivel end which goes into the palm of your hand, which is ideal for putting pressure on an area. So, and again, nicely packaged and made. I think you get 6 drills with it, various different sizes. And the drill itself, nice and weighty. Of course that end spins around in the palm of your hand when you're drilling. and I think there's a little I'm not sure what that is, but there's a hole in there, recess, and we've got the chuck which screws off. The chuck screws off, and then you can swap that inside part around if you're using larger drills, which is a nice touch. Nicely designed, that. And again, I'll be using this for doing DCC fit-outs on sound for locomotives. Nothing to do with the Games Workshop models. But I just thought I'd show these few items I've bought. Just a quick update.